About 320 there. Majidi is best friend 1 hour 40 minutes. And I have an so.
Oh, you better bet me. That would say 7 dollars. And yes, she answered there.
Oh, a country called Ghana.
Oh, mine na say I be do a point Sebi. What team crowd who left from our right. And Captain, the other side, the number of Ghanaian youth exited the shores of Ghana. No, na me catch us. Who say, "Yeah, I'm crying." Not to so we call brocher when you German. Hey, a brocher near Boga or Bapo. Ya Jenny say, "Dear Nijine, we are prepare the court a brocher." Asana, I am SMP, and a Pama Mamfo from Mukrum. Ninjina has to do with bread and butter issues. Oh. Ninjina has to do with hope for the future. A man for a secure not only for themselves but for their kids. Then as for them, I've spoken to a lot of Ghanaians, retirees living in the US, UK. Mraso. So where they are supposed to come home. But question now will be so more has to do with issues of healthcare. Or na sitting them send the BCI because conditions now are minor. Enya dia condition I bet you one brabo aye way. So what is a man for a kasa and ya kasa no be pe. Namum, we are all hoping say you bet me build the very foundations of this country. Said and chroma SCM vision, you know. Now you bet me nya da Ghana. Na see nya da Ghana na. I'm very sure say yenina yemre. Because I will go back to 1957, Abra Ghana nya independence. Now hear the hope and they will chroma say and chroma take off. The kind of industrialization drive our shas here foundations are not only at the time na ye say a bajimu mere yes nyansa ni ho samre no but the Nkrumah saw the wisdom say me kwaji asase funtam akosi the whole industrial city like Tema oye motorway de kan I'm told that by the time Ghana ye motorway no not even London in the motorway. So you can imagine the idea. And in such a way, say, Usiswa, Wunjina Bebia until you arrive at the industrial city, Tema, you drive back home. That was the idea. And my companies in as for the companies are Cassia, and my buy, my captain. Go back to Tema today. What is supposed to be an industrial city is today a residential area. Our politicians are killing one another for a plot of land. Some will be saying, so the vision we are trashing. Then you come to major companies and we are Osha say Okroma. Now no me share video bi on YouTube. Na ye me won say 1960 na Ghana hye car e Okroma say. 1960 o. Na ye hye cars, buses akese e Okroma say. So 60, 70 years after. Now just say yakwa China and yakwa krasa anema we don't have those things. Now you should know that we have failed. Last time now we talk about tie factory and Nkrumah city shoe factory. Sugar factory, nena se for you see, the economy be a nice one has to do with the basic things like this import. So, with me, a produce near ma ube here, so that won't fall sick and carbon and then the more minor a change with destiny. And the young Nyansa cry yet here, young Passia Baya Dibiano, 20 Nafako China. Not China, one of the richest country, and Sana Simon Kusnet, ordering GDP as a metric, they measure economy abano. Now he says a later now apply, no. Or who said China, one of the richest countries in the world. But 50 years after, China degenerated by one of the poorest countries and compared to your friends Sub-Saharan African countries. Then the whole thing changed. Because China realizes say I have the numbers more than US, more than UK. So why can't I leverage my numbers for economic takeoff? Then they decided to do industrialization way. And China shall see produce near bia and uncrophobia here. Because your phone na America for your phone. Na obia chrome ni tobacco. China for being part of to America because they are over 1.3 billion and over. Right. America are around 300 something million. So why na benya? That is a strategy. Enti ade bia obehu se ya no America se bi ne boy ye den kura na China ye an inferior one na ode aba na waton wa ye ne sika saa akwanani ama ene they've been able to leverage their number and the China industrial hub many of the nearby ye use no high when it comes to electronic gadgets and as what tete no growing up no na most of them every Japan never by ene China taking the market and even phone kura no why won't be into iPhone no Huawei ni Oppo ni hwan I take the center stage ene what me turning the country around. Enti as a maya, fortunately for us, Captain, we near my year win na me say China ni half. when it comes to natural resources, human resources. They don't even have it.
They don't.
But how are they able to position themselves to na ye to me ye nya na ya fra brofo kwa kumumra ye nya gold o mo mefa nko mutu amoma yembi ye nya oil mo mefa nko mutu amoma yembi I say ye nim nyansa na ye te ha but da bia ye te radio so na ye politics and consistently no or minor sink it to a point da bia me can say we another country like China. You see a city at the value na yesu, you see the at the value na yesu. Or mona chance here we say, okay, dollar need a stable currency. There is no way you can compete against the dollar. So your strategy is say, yam produce ye nema, so that we don't need dollar to go and import. Even ya crown, yam cost na yen devalue yesikano. Sebe ya foreign goods, abaya disincentive for average Chinese person to go and buy foreign goods. Because what in China, you can't buy iPhone unless you're super rich. So that money you need a phone. So you buy from Huawei. It's a strategy, and then China is the second most, your friend is saying, biggest economy in the world. I now we rub shoulder with the US. You buy a chrome here. The promises and the many things may take you back to 2016. Abana John Mahama, your president, now in Samana, President Akufo-Addo, and non-political fringes. Major one has to do with Bosnia, your boy. John Mahama was borrowing recklessly or bound for Indians, but na Ghana ni say John Mahama Bosnia no boy no ubehu Legon hospital wasibi interchange ya na wa say hospitals akese rich hospital na ye mpatadan wa ko be because me Legon na me ko hokwa ye fe dey say clinicals na ye mpatadan na nesi wo. If you go to read today you see say one of the modern facilities are state of the art. Uko Kumasi a ukoye documentary about the medical village yesiesi Kumasi.
That's right.
Afari. Yet a program saying a deputy minister Fred Oma assurance say, oh, in the next 3 months, no Afari baya juma till date Afari enya juma. Enti busiana ye board that time no at least obetimi abobo 1 2 3 or the the next captain. Ya bobo sinya ba my mine niema twa ye ho hia say there is nothing a obetimi ato wani dia hwe enra na me ka kire obi say ade be mpa na ya wo kroma say Ghana be kwa kobon kwase abosia na ka me ne yen na be kwa kogina China ni anim apa ne chew so wo he China ni na he be na ni tuatua na be na ni wo na Ghana ni egina China ni anim pa ne chew so omfa ne kanche na hwe awere ho a eye. Then other institutions in Nasefon, Yaguya Nimasia Chiriasi, Bia Sasabi, when it comes to Abrabonia Yana Yabo, and Tibusia Yabona Bontia, Nayaka, and Manakosuri, we are Ghana, you know, to a new chroma. You will expect a Wahunia Marcus here, a brand Babunu at school near Jumaya, Numa or economy new Quay, Sikana Yakoba Busiana Diaba, but Utu and new chroma. There is no trace, Albert me who say, Sasikana, dear way, at the air. And the last time I make Opa yanko fa keno forata mejina ha na yamfa ba ni nachi na yamisa na say kwaku wabobosia euro bond nkwa o raise over 13 billion debt ni na sefo na wo de buy so to a point ene ye kakra yentimi ntua unti wo de ye serewo bosia na wo je ye ade a wo de ye kire na Ghana fo akoma ntom yem captain one hwe ya wo de ahomte ba bunaku no because onyanyan sade bia nka nkirewo bosia na mo boy na ya sika na gu enti in some way na amanfo sorry radio so na omo ka amanfo free say oh boys aba no ye den mrantia no ye di media for no the reality is a first no and na we to control the traditional media not anymore. Politics has always been the politics of narrative for Akufo-Addo people we say Ghana for enim nyansa enti no ye benya few guys in fancy suit our more traditional media na ya spew garbage to people convincing people say oh yeah bibi but the fact check and the realities now there. Captain Smart wait must say we feed the akoba bia see here adwuma akwa as to whether it is true or not. Eba you come and report. And then those armchair journalism where old people sit in a chair and I may hear adwuma 20 years in here and then impact ben what make our society. And kaite kroma ya beda sorry na nka yanya cater pot to be a signboard. You will see you an account for over 3-4 years in here. There is absolutely nothing there. Nasa amount for a can't same way no bit in general. Man, time by the Akufo-Addo to a president, the Ebian Koya, me papa, and Kamanibaje, but 100% of papa president. But it's not about being president. It is not about say when you. It is about say 2 million at the mouth, no papa. Nyansa dear Ben, I would dear ye. Why leave legacy? Beja amount for because we see. So we are watching say Sika aya dibia we are say wouldn't nyansa. Because from my background, so what you say Sika is everything in life. I wouldn't nyansa. Because from the background where I'm coming from, I've been at the hospital. I've been with people and people who at the point of their death, they had everything in life. Oh, Senke Sika nkwa ye de ji omo nkwa captain. They could have doubled the pay and come back to life. But at that point, you know, Unu obinum kasa no tie nsem omo ka kire and if they had opportunity to come back masa ebi akura ba bi sika obi akwan come for her ka they could have perceived a different life altogether. So you must be a fool to sit somewhere and say media me ba aban me manya me ho awie. You are a fool because life isn't about money. Captain Tie abra ye first say Kwame Nkrumah ofra brochira oba no or the portmanteau ne buy you. Because the guy came frustrated because I'm told he wrote his law exams in the UK. He couldn't pass 1, couldn't pass 2, and out of frustration, he was shipped in. He came, fully decided to work. He did not pursue well though. And Nkrumah and say a president Bakwa obedi Ghana Kunya na ahiana. Now he's one of them. Only estate, only a dime or East Legon, only a dime or he fine estate, but a ne. The legacy of Kwame Nkrumah is transcended beyond generation and never do call Addis Ababa ne. Kwame Nkrumah state you esi ho. I didn't tell you say oh Africa had done with no was can question state you infancy Addis Ababa. Political textbook be Africa be no be ma. Kwame Nkrumah din wo. Every single thing about politics, leadership, governance, so Kwame Nkrumah is there. But any real estate and how much dollars he had in his account. It is not how much way, it is the impact and the legacy that he left in his wake. I'm told it's a one African country, or more currency, or more Kwame Nkrumah that's
Guinea.
Yeah, but the saying, Guinea. So Kwame Nkrumah in Guinea. So Echesa Brabon Winyana Bonia, people remember you. So we do not need President Akufo-Addo. Emmanuel Kwesi statue, Kwesi baby, Nwan Kopa. We don't need to do that. Oba bra papa ha. Among for best statue amount, even a bra wu. Na among for akayo. Cause yati ha. And I see a the African Millennium Man. Kwame Nkrumah wu over years ago. But he won. Yabisa Mandela, the new journalist no more about match about Kwame Nkrumah went to Madiba the Kobe and said, now what's the other Kwame Nkrumah be a woo that so I went a way. Now so we nipa meto abano man. Because or no ankasakra enim. Say Ottoman Kwame Nkrumah because of the impact and the legacy that he left. So we will be away and na say we are conversant with some of these issues your more leadership position, but it is about the impact you make. Radio we are to see it's not about scanning as a forecast and as a driver, but it's about the impact you are making on people, the number of people who have their troubles and they can look up to you because you are a revolving point. That is all that leadership is about. By Hano, it is about pursuing certain narrow agenda priorities in the forum. So we don't even care when I hear the number because me kai pass Abra Obama by American president. Or they couldn't we now the economy was a bit tumbling. Near man said Joe Biden has always been an ideal president in the shadow. At the time Joe Biden Obama the possible candidate to replace him Joe Biden. But you know what they did? They look at the economy, the terrain. Waba umraso umafuna mamfo niema nkoye ntino just sit aside. Joe, don't come. Mama Hilary Emra sabe ya mamfo may attribute you to my failures. Enti mama no ba no it was a different ball game altogether because no their cause no in as much as oil democrat ni no oni bibi exactly that is showing respect to for the people. But yeah high so Akufo-Addo presidency watching so in the last 8 years, Captain. Makacha said the whole presidency was premised on fraud. Oh yes, because Akufo-Addo himself is a fraud theory. Yes. He's a fraud theory. A concept you can study in the universities and then as for. Akufo-Addo is a fraud theory.
Oh, how?
Captain, this is a man. What is it? What do you chair? He's a fraud theory, Captain. What is Akufo-Addo president? How many years in here? Men I am woman. This is a guy who has been shouted in the your friend saying political fringes for many years. Say per president Eddie. Fortunately enough, the president amount said D. The maiden edition. Okoria speeches about 4 American president okay kabom no be gina ho. Kana all kind on kind nketenkete kura o. Ahoden ne kon hu ntini go and look at the video. Be citizen as for among 4 speech no kabom. So in the first place, President now Obama will made in addition. What's the problems, the challenges of the people? Ufru wakumum kasa chirobono. Onunya na kumum no free or a man for speech no we are no kabom because personally he didn't have any vision. That is the fraud beginning or the fraud theory. Come my culture say Sadia no ya fan who di no. Joe Biden, current president of America, or yebi, one fan who in 1988 when he launched his campaign. Joe Biden in 1998, he was too young. A man for say, he cannot be president. But they are saying that he's too old. This is what happened. All launching a campaign, okojina platforms, so na all kasa, and na okofa obiasama waka, one tribute to that person. Then they accused him of your friends said textual infidelity, plagiarism.
That's right.
For that matter, no, he had to resign from his entire presidential whatever. And the man, the caucus be replaced now only George Bush papa. A call contest at George Bush papa and the winning yeah. Emma Joe Biden cotton and chain. The political career crown almost away because a Obama and a Baba revival no. That is the crime. Akufo-Addo got away with on his maiden day. Abroko real speech till date. Even the decency to apologize to Ghana and say, oh, I'm sorry because of the because and this affairs now Nkrofo no control media no. And now with the click of the button, you can just go to the internet, Google, and then all of a sudden the videos were all over. But Akufo-Addo to date couldn't apologize to Ghanaians. Then he promised Ghanaians another fraud theory. Meba, I will protect the public purse. Captain, the public purse no real. Public purse na yira. Yes, he's only protecting ayira.
Purse na nkasa na
ayira. Because it has been chrono upon chrono upon chrono. Because you see, in modern governance, there is a reason why you don't family members. Because you see, as a president, you need to have a willpower. The willpower to crack on people ever go wrong. The very moment you ship in your family members into the fray, you lose one thing. That is the willpower to crack. Because your family member, when they mess up, you cannot do anything with them. That is the genesis of Ben Ali's. Your first and four, Tunisia. I give rise to this. Your friend is saying Arab Spring na course no because ne fie for ne yere nua ne yere wofase military generals no so mo de gum na ni ba omo ho so no na oman na atete apansam and the very moment abon kan for ata bam old baby mama ebam ne yere dada ebam ne nua ba nie no wofase nie no eno ebe choki aban to the stand say obi afri say o amamo na nya amamo biem ya ofa na bie akurase pharmacy bi na wasesa ya gum say sabi ya nton nema enti Captain, just imagine offer be pharmacy shop or grass and not what them. At the end of tapa na this kind of top out fan too because offer to me your
oh yeah, opa me
because offer say bad idea abusian for babeka. That is exactly what is playing out. So men not here you who say governance in their person to them a village supermarket no offer be no was so mogum no moton they are sales boys.
Oh
yes, and no moton di na nya ton no moton di niam na ya ton na ya di so we take stock say sabi near man say ekoyi ana say enkoye make profit ana say ye make profit no captain whatever hoso no na store na gu enti Ghana store no agu enu nti na ene e ka me ne yan to the stand say ye de China for ka he ye bilateral creditors ye ntimi nti omoka wo because we have to beg China to forgive us. Paris Club ye first saying other international way ye do omoka ene the big one among them has to do with the commercial space Eurobond. Captain William said so why investment kakra you know very well say among all the investment portfolios the most secured stock your friend saying bond and your stock because stock no obetimi ada sorry adebeche na fluctuations na se for usika nyina won lose ebetimi aba ma na di ya ma but when it come to your friend saying bonds there secured coupon rate given to you maturation date only and wo twen say esu a okwakoju usika and for the first time in the history of this country captain Ghana for mudo musika koto bond and omusika kam
Debi me ka ho
exactly Michael Branson ka ho
see sika be the top bond ma me bakofo me de 2J kufo ya 2 ni din the adofo de ba ya me de koto bond ma JA kufo akola aketwa
yes.
E was stand chart e ka ho
that so but that is supposed to be the most secured investment albania and
abaya fa kufo akola
yes.
sika
And then President Akufo-Addo beka kire and say President Akufo-Addo beka kire and say oh Ghana for munsi abotere yen nyina yen share the burden. What is our president the cancer as a citizen you will come down because minim so South Korea there was a time I buy no dey car to a pointer na ontimi nya no ho hwe citizens ehun say I buy wadwen papa woni tim enye ne pe na oye na say be car ba enti ye ya nkasa ye be sunlight captain read about it so for sunlight your mo ankasa we no gold na akofa we wo diamond we osika sunlight omo mo ring ye gold e de koma aban say on town no fa kotua ne ka and the chelsea abanya odwene nipa ho nipa so dwene ne ho that is what you do but this is a government that or catch us a title belt president no ni belt na wata no the belt no hosu kra o mobi na fuka tu no no didi me na pensioners are sabi omo time so say omo saka omo sika ene kroma sa what hospital abon so be 60 years 70 years 80 years a captain because of environment the conditions aye women you know a medication upon a cocktail of medication also you can't exit who exit ya obewu enye anti-hypertensive na ye anti-diabetic enye diabetic several conditions because at that age you know what comes with it man for say investment in omodo musika captain the number of mpanimfo mo e wo kroma na no kama pharmaceutical papa no fiko for ria no say what in the audio no anche wawu okọ senchi beach resort kase na e wo ho na mahama ne amanfo kwotena kwaye we bi some time ago no papa no wawu all because of this same investment amanfo kwaye omo abinding in sato omo sika so enti citizens are being forced to sacrifice but the question is government are you ready so what to when you hear the other side state institutions are what mind sika di nkrasesem and at the end of the day no abina bunani agu so as if say hwe nko so and there's over TV Bank of Ghana say launch new building this is a banker or say papa kwasindium around the bank aboka we ato Asian around the bank aboka enti yengu omo bank ema individuals omo sika o bank ni nyina yengu no captain Bank of Ghana aboka over 60 billion Ghana cedis unprecedented in the history of this country ene omusi building besin ne adesint me nya the edge or intimi explaining anything to anybody because at some point in time aban no call abonte so okobo bosia ya pam on say chale na mo free say ye nkrase for sika na mo je no book na makuki no we can't give you any money they came back and fall on Bank of Ghana say printing sika na for my so the guy turned Bank of Ghana into a printing press. That's already no pa. Yes, so mun kofi. Ya da ho na ya print cash go system num. Ya ni buy ho so no. Na inflation do 60% and over. Of mine no adidia pansam adibi enyeye because production e wo low, more currency floating in the system. And then na we dey economy na tetia pansam e na ya de te ho. So saa niema we nyina se cash for seat or the presidency. Common investigation into that particular matter till date we don't know because NDC came out with their report, MPP came out with their report. At the end of the day we couldn't even adopt any. So that particular investigation, a waste. Now no yet yana amanfo ko hu dollars upon dollars e wo sisile da pa dem. We listen to whole sort of foolish and nonsense your friend saying explanation as to why she had that particular money.
Oh yeah, somebody.
And somebody na make just confirm not chekura wu a inya sa somebody. Captain, enti sa niam ni nyina ba sen call so now you free said the state will commit state resources to investigate some of these things. But in the end what happened? The matter has been killed. Special prosecutor lamenti at some point you can't some say na say ona na kill matter no. He had to come. Say Chale, minyan kele matter biya. Many me drew a point that I felt some money laundering and a new room. Enti ma Yoko. Say Yoko investigate. Ma Tiwaji case na no true letter come Attorney General say, we na about minya then you also talking baby. And then the woman killed the matter. And Tiwa ya kwasi ni state yo. And ya kwasi Yoko animu. Say on hey we are jokers. Now me say when government changes some of these sa niema we nyina even that very night they should petition the government to destroy all these things.
Yeah, the way
you state you na there be
the way you petition government. Oh, yeah, no answer call reverse now the pim.
Some me share baby people understand what I'm saying.
Let me say we no answer to create a call reverse na ebu no. Oh, where
Alaska, hey, Captain, me say people will understand what I mean because some of this nonsense we cannot sit here and tolerate some of these things because at the time I Ghana for here near ma sebe manipa abrabo asesa bread and butter issue yet kroma na yakofa mrantie NAFCO stop gap measure till date a voice in it so you see say yetiana say kase ye chronic issues na obeka kan mama fa conclude say aden papa na mom penasem why will anybody on his right senses say I hate my president? It's not possible. We don't do that politics. So we are not anti-government you say activists and whatever. We just want the right thing to be done because I just want Ghana to be a just society where say abrantia sorry or ni so kofa phone ko free bi ansa na wadidi Oba sorry anya say oton ne hu cheap the ma baby say na wadidi
but
the same kokrafo na who are supposed to lay proper foundation omo na omo say sa nkra ma what this 60 years na yase ama na ministerial position or Poland na akofa akra wadi 23 years or NPA
o say
me say akokra na ya to lay proper foundation yama ne post no o to kwan akọ Poland na afa abayo wadi 23 years or NPA So you see, there is no motivation. Captain, there is no motivation. Say onye bibi to fix the problems. But economy biya be jina we are young people. Let them have access to capital. Because captain, obi already 20 years, obi already 30 years. Onye sika, they risk, they invest. Obi already 60 years, 50 years. When they get the money, they wait for the returns to take care of their life because we're seeing war crimes. So it is that everywhere. It's the reason why America adopted a policy to get a lot of people in because they are aging. Because we are younger, who Falari are offer, who iPhone 6 are offer, who iPhone 16 are offer, who are offer. But we are already 16 years old, iPhone 15 years. What I say? So those people don't grow economy. But the young people who are supposed to transact, do things to get these things, buy mortgage, and Obi already 60 years on top mortgage. And the economy will still dip. So you need young people. Say you need capital. They say young people in some say because they are the very people who are ready to experiment. But these old people are the very people then they channel everything into real estate because that is the new deal. You the wash sika say because so we sika no the cotton bank so we sika no he na menya me the cotton chance the cotton cement e de kosi dan cotton asase say emfa channel biam no say dan ni si ho then then I set bank account. Then when you buy the land, then the money comes. Then it means that a genuine money from the sales of that building. But when you got the money to build that, nobody ask. And they don't know to chrome her. If you were US crown, I'll make you transfer scanner because it's genuine because a real estate car. That is how people wash money. At the end of the day, money is supposed to go to young people to do business and as if that money is not there. And then back to the main Akufo-Addo story and then as a captain.
Fraud theory.
Akufo-Addo is a fraud. They were chamo, and I know I'm a catcher say all corner was sell mine no, and I can find the Chinese version and all the neighbors on my metan your fence Ghana for so because you see there is nothing Akufo-Addo yet Baumia and your part because Baumia and Anna 2016 only did the lectures everything. Your friends say chastising, bastardizing, insulting, and a whole lot of stuff. Giving theories and as for say, oh, dollar rate, CD rate, ya borrow to do as for no Twitter, it is all over. Then he comes over. Then Ghana economy, I experiences shocks in the history of this country. A been see that. Because this is the first time. I come in a year to a point a Yakwa declares a challenge we can pay. This is the first time you default on your debt. This is the first time into me we have inflation numbers and as for to the extent that even nipa we Ghana for mudu busika wa ban bosiano yentimi nti omoka. So this is the narrative. You don't hear Baumia anywhere talking about the economy. No say oh yeah IT your friend say specialist creating an impression as be on the internet ba Ghana. But who be say your friend is saying digital infrastructure ben wale okroma. He will not be able to tell you anything because all the infrastructures were laid answer na over. But because Onama all proud in Hunintino, he's making look like, but the core responsibility is the economy. And the economy not to tear pansama say all that they have to do is to go around the country and apologize to Ghanaians. That is all that Baumia and Akufo-Addo from one ahimfie to another, from one town hall to another, apologizing to Ghanaians for investing faith, trust and confidence in them. And the Omodemaya return, a broken heart, a distraction, the fact that the economy will take years to recover. This is the reality. So we need decency. Now we begin to have a catch Ghana for say, young to about when you know, say, vice president now, you are not just a pushover, you are not a sissy, but rather, we are a partner to whatever that has happened. Now, so we say Ghana for about now the question is, based on what? And a Ghana for because you see, the whole essence of presidency, basic thing has to do with trust. Can I trust Captain Smart? Answer idea Juma we ebe ma. And yes, Okasa and answer nipa tiwo. One thing, are you reliable? Can you do the job? Say you hear wa beba, or time, so beba. Because you can be the best, but every time near Casa Braha 1 o'clock.
Oh my,
Ubedra na about 3. What I say? So trust is key. So my question is, can Ghanaians trust Baumia when it comes to some of these things? Because the track record are there to tell you are part of this whole messy economy that we are in now. So Senka Ghana is a serious country, now is serious. Do you think Senka about we better the courage to come and say Yanto Abamana? Then Uncle Nipa Kain San Kan was Sanka Napo. Captain, Obada so vice president in Napo. Or Casa boom boom boom. I say I'm crying in the Senate team.
Ah,
yes. I don't win him no. Boom, 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 boom. I say, Sabi, yeah, the battery now good mu cut off. Cut off and boom, 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 sir. How many times I don't make it public utterances, sir? Yama bonti me pacha. How many times? Because as a leader, when you should be measured in your utterances and as a forum. The most important day in his life, the political career has to do with the unveiling as a vice president. That's the biggest political stage ever in his life. What did he do?
He messed up.
The guy used the day to create the biggest scandal in our political history by going off on Nkrumah. So I know the day, what he did, no, people didn't even talk about it, but they were talking about this. And it has been that upon that. Oh, no, education minister, okay, say, diploma teachers are born.
Training college.
Yes, and there are several instances. What done the watch say when it comes to leadership, he's nowhere close. Because you see, you can have a bad president, but you can have a deputy president that will complement it for the shortfalls. Because the whole essence of vice president in Asefo is to get somebody to fill in your shortfalls for you, so that you complement and become a whole. Because in Nkrumah time now there was nothing like
the vice president.
Exactly.
So vice president
exactly. So or complement but captain, me more problems, economic problems. Ghana for trust me. Na me po obi amana ba patena me. Now ko for obi asabi on ne reputation as for share gatab na wod ne ya hwe ya. Then it means nipa na oba bedi oboso no, you have no respect for them. It's the reason why na no hininto no MPP ni MPP former general secretary catch us say Ghana for tenase santo abama akufo ado bi ma then a chance they will never respect the people of this country because Jenia Ghana form in recent times baby I nam na baby eba bedru enne na se ye koso to abama MPP aban bi ma a chance yankasa ye nim nyansa is the reason why I first time about radio so we catch us say wherever in the world who sustain bad governance nobody is a victim. Nobody is innocent. We are all sponsors and accomplices. Because you contribute to giving oxygen of publicity to what is happening. And we also have the same thing to stop this nonsense. Sometimes it's not about where you stand or where you belong to. US elections hereby I teach a man for a lot of lessons.
Oh yeah, sure.
Donald Trump no be dissociating from him.
Maybe the them supporting.
Yes, and as I know they were winning. And your friend is saying all the liberal media in the US now were bastardizing, insulting, and so forth. But when it comes to the core issues, the issue is that America cannot afford to have a weak president. Because you are the leader of the free world. You can't have a weak president leading America. Umanya no can who be stage so ultimate the 3 minutes asere answer na can
hey Kamala.
Yes, do you think people will take you serious when you are going to sit on the round table with the Talibans and the Houthis and the way to have a discussion to your friends say get global peace, you think they take you serious? So you see, leadership not trust a man for wo is everything. But that is what we don't have. But enam say political class no need respect for us, and they think that they can buy a man for conscience and then as for they can just do anything and get away with it. But man, I look back. Now me share politics. Captain, you've been around for quite a while. So utu when you back to 2000 and kufueba. Utu when you here 2004. Your friend saying 2012. Then as for yaba biduro higher. You should and you know very well say politics are changing. There has been a lot of changes. And never be agree. We've taken a radical turn. Young people are taking the center stage. You cannot fool them anymore. Because it's so easy to access information. Now, me catch that KSM say no young person consumes information and sit idle. When you consume information, it's one mensa. When you're dying over, then the reaction will come. Who consume information? You will act on the information because you become critical. You begin to ask questions. You want to know why you did this. Yes, many captains, madam for no. Yes, why you say? I want to know why you did that. I'll question you. You understand? The mere fact that doesn't mean say, oh, no. That era is long gone. That is water. The old class cannot wrap their head around where we are today. Seeing young people asking all the relevant questions. But I'm saying, say, Captain, we are Ghana near. Obi antanya kufuado, obi antanya.
Oh no.
But me say. Time has come for them to exit. We need to vote them out. That is the only way. Because you see, if you look at the many crimes these people have committed against this country, to the extent that their own people have deserted them, not because we need answer. For you, Captain Smith, for instance, you've been an MPP person, for instance. Say, say it's all about money. Say, oh, pesika.
Hey.
And the only time you can make money at this time.
Come here, rich, papa.
So it's not about money. So it's not about money. Then what? So it is about your conviction, sitting down, realizing, say, this is not what we bargained for. This is not what I fought for. This is not what I who sent Kamen Sabaka and Alan Chiramantin of all people said, why is it a party? MPP or Hininto Hassana. No. This is not the
Paula
MPP. Paula Fokoko. Yes. So you see, we need to be
Hildado, former Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry.
Yes. So politics, no, and I'm saying it is about conviction based. Ideologies are there, but it is about the person doing right or wrong. That is why sometimes I disagree with Ghanaians. Just a Ghana baby, just a third force. But I'm saying you are just jokers. You see, when you have a problem, you don't run away from the problem. We can still have two political parties. Hold them accountable. Say you vote the person out.
Sure.
What I say? Say ne ya two abana John Mahama president or China. Na or say Odin Semuna. The only thing you do is to vote him out. Because once you met radio, so Abra president didn't say then you support him. It's not possible. So when we begin to do this, we will be able to put them on their shoes. In America, for instance, a two-party has been in existence. But look at the rate at which they are changing them. Donald Trump by people felt say ne kasa and they voted against him. Papa way by. Oba also border no be biatum na say be more dama or manya wetin we be border gumna man for cross the biasa. And then how do we ensure the security of that country? So at the end of the day, the people voted against him and then they bring in a new leader. So at the end of the day, so what's your Korean so captain? Obey careful. That is all that matters. And in front of your so over careful. And at this point, ye ni na me ya ni and I me ya santini and I had a woman to me when ya we in the park. Let your conviction speak for you. Time so say you better answer beside all the questions. Abai no dey na manya film. What is the interest? What is the future like? How do we make sure say you better me e dey on mind si ba bi asabi. On mind no da achi be ye. The Ghanaian dream na ye kan ho asem no. How are we going to achieve that? These are the relevant questions that we need to change. But me say at this point, these people have crossed their Rubicon. Time so we need to vote them out. The only reason we are voting them out, and they say, you better hold you accountable for the many crimes of my committee. Now, yes, I say, every day, we say you, if we are unable to hold them accountable, then what is that?
So, Mamma, I'm in Kwahumana Afe, and the national organizer of the new patriotic party, Miaminia, Nanabi. Now, watch it, my high.
Captain, we use
Me na bibi aboko de.
Nyame adaroma nyame de no swatch I say na ya na say on someone no e wo so do.
Me time am po am frɛ na ye be bonko why? Say unu anya unu anu na namba. Na bibi abe fine why? Oh, bibi abe fine. Bibi fine. Na campaign e kwasai.
Oh, nyame adaroma. So far yeah, the campaign at Timio drew 253 constituencies. Yeah, we 276 nina. In fact, there are some constituencies that are more than 2 times. But at least every constituency, yeah, the campaign drew a year. Ira Muhammadu Bawumia, the next president. He is waging one of the most effective campaign ever, and he's done so well. Nehu eduha ajije afiefi mu no constituency nyamo. None other yana uwi Ashanti region. Nana bedi echi Ira napo wo Greater Accra, Ira napo ebeko Central na me yadumo tena na asati esi Ashanti region bi ma Ashanti region there afi se ni ombesi ato abano ebo kufu ebe shaking kofo it will shock many abana ombeko ama MPP afi no ebe shocking ni padodo na enti campaign there e trenti ya enya cheswa memma party ni bia enwen se yewi debi nkunimdie ne de no kwasem ni awo ye side also a cost was soon. Yen Twabano, December 7th. a young king kind. Now you be declared from His Excellency Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Baumia.
Okay.
It's a campaign on some day. Yamada Mayokoiba.
If you actually call me for a bebo campaign home come up and watch near my hodwa and she say go aquemua ebema motimi huri ejina brane na amaye na enra wotie wunia Samuel Fi press conference no
Say me titi kakran ne Yamadaruma mo online stories even been met me ashesha na enra nema anamiensa mame shasia odi kambo regional chairman or war bono region abronye edin. Now let me put this statement on record. Na me share so say akwakoye wo de migidi say obema no akwachire abronye nyina ba bia da never enka say afi ombekunkum nipa never. You see one say the statement is big and is huge. A criminal statement. This will be because me kunkum nipa. O dance here. Na odia kwakoma a police. And I can tell you, all the 12 constituencies in Bono region, me regional chairman, nowhere, and I repeat, nowhere, all the 12 constituencies. And Banda, now National Communications Officer, NDC Airport, all the 12 constituencies, but bien you want to make Casemuma now, making any reference to even violence and it Trasama now say it is a lady. At all times, a yenema a bina ye our bono rigid. Any yenka humum na yensen winni massively our bono region asanoka. It me say ni di kind wanka no kasem and as asem no so yeka intino ombobo no ho say abronye will take him on because what they say me bana say ne captain me kasa wo akokan baby so bukunkum nipa. It's a serious statement.
oh sure.
It's a very, very serious statement. On can't doubt, baby. Or what dance be will be on famra. On can't doubt, baby. Near Tosum, you know, say, yang MPP, ye be we are a bemu na a year general officer commanding Kenelo Poku or war a year Northern Command, Central Command.
Say so a Brigadier General.
Brigadier General. And Baba boy, I may say, no, or dream who are one chair, say, now, Captain Nocasim, may come with you so. When you saw a number for Funi or Monumbi, you bet you as I catch them. May me say, NDC betting Kugu, no mutin Kugu, no ever set. Omo dream, I say about 8 years, 8 years, into 8 years, do you so. And na omonya campaign. Eti omodo omonya tsadie no so na ebedi omu hwamo. Eti no sadie no so mahu so mahu. Because asema won no enyina so bia nim. Agisa uye on serious political party pa na betimi aka say obi be wia through the ballot. Because abana yeto no. So what training will na musifo ye no mu gina ho. You better abandon over 40,000 polling stations. You two years you can carry her. The one saying so for Jina will be a Jina. Civil society go for Jina. Obia, you can carry your credit side the Huns and Son Craft and Farm down. And Sana, yet to breed at the Aqua district. A name cried the presidential no crown of Matisse, the Mensa Cracker said, you be quality presidential no crown origin, and Sanya Pija at the Abanas. And yes,
Sana Wakano.
Okay. It's a no crowd, the baby be origin, won't you know? At all times, all the electoral, you are a major stakeholder and you play an active role. So for somebody to even allege class opinion, not just anybody, but a whole brigadier general say a ballot stuffing na ya jiji pink sheet no wo jiji a duplication ye de bia mo bia enti no say me koji pink sheet ne obi enye me kwa me de
ananasa wonnim so say yetimi rege elections
ana make us rege mum party yen system no ya operate sa no mum party so obi ba rege obi a na bia wu nipa na obi gina ho no na bia wasese bibi o police station. That is why now the thing is that elections are won at the polling station.
But sir, we share after the 2012 general elections, Nema MPP for they call quarter, now one over voting a part of the rigging process. Number two, over voting in no actually no about to mu say baby or any part 200 and a toaba over voting number into Yakoka no any part 310. These are some of the reasons why we went to court in 2012.
Okay, it is a agent na honey a kayaba. Na ye o ye yin obi abeto bebia ya tati ya bibia wo hese ya stamp ya de no ye sorting so a wo hwe mi hu se stamp bo akiro e bibia na wo agent ho nim nipa dodo e ba ya o moteke ye electoral commission so nim nipa dodo e ba ho teke ya a honor also raise issues of overvoting.
So that is
why we have agents.
Okay, so that's why I tell us 2012 young agent papa because we could not raise those issues.
Oh, at that point there were some of our people don't forget that we had the police as a finger of God. Now you are done in maybe any. In fact, 2012 it be any to a lot of things. That is why after 2012 we said that look, see your coalition, your agent. We are taking them serious.
So rigging is real, but you have to prepare against that.
That is what I'm trying to say. There's a whole accuse of being rigged. That means you as a party, you are not ready for the elections. You are not ready for that. If I don't want to BB, I will say ballot stuffing. Now, a whole brigadier general. Now, also I say, you better pink sheet. Look at the pink sheet duplication. You did all agent. And yeah, MPP wants in agent about way. And then NDC wants in agent. It will be an answer. Can be. You will consider the copy crown also by law, also the copy a book. A police station. It is because you will be at the same as any Obeso terms as a figure. I hear a cool human. It is some not okay. That's basically as a political party at this time raising this issue. You are not serious for elections. No. Seriously. I can't just about 17 days to the elections. Ask them whether they have prepared their polling station agents well. I don't get it. Rather no, and we have said it. Omo say omukoye meeting at Mauli Hotel, 11th November. Obuasi municipality. Omurukuti tax. A year small scale miners are be associated to NDC. See a bemo mutuo near Sekai. Now on the day, Oma cause 6 year and panic in Ashanti region. Allah, they should try. About Mrabe Jumo. Captain Mrabe Juma. Maybe they should try. So what? Obama be ascendo. Obama nibi. Say, ono yamawo etuo. Omo mudi tuo so gu ambulance mu. Koko nyina. Yeni samo. More to think of as a private security. Yeni samo.
Oh, it's in that chance and Crawford the two good ambulance him every day.
We have your intelligence and we have reported it. Fortunately, I mean the catch police. Police
oh, na ambulance na. SSF fire and call hospital and Crawford the two on a goom.
Oh, yeah, ambulance at the bar here. Ambulance are not your private ambulances.
Okay.
Private ambulances or no.
I'm not
the ones who said I didn't say ambulance, but they carry a tour near there. They send a who have a visual ambulance. There's an animal born in the
Wow.
China money nya.
I'm my police in Chiwamonta.
Me see we have reported all. That's how near can of Boasiadi and as our video young go before Boasi Basso Kunkum Nipa on base as the boys he be to Uremono.
Wow.
We said it.
And
some of these things we said it.
And add to two swam and crop.
About way you better free, you better fair, a better transparent. Obia hunti, obia hunta. When an abrewa o be better naba, me wa fast for better maba. Obia better naba. Din kama ye bekin kan abano obia ntimi nya bobia e obia ntimi fam ranche ni sep obia ntimi nya foko about we ye better say na de bia Ghana aye very peaceful we be gina ye better aba na wi. MPP will win these elections. Yura Muhammad Bawumia will be the next president. And we are going to have clear majority. And this is for Paumunsu, Paumusre, Paumuhiri, Paumunkotuho. MPP will win these elections. And we are going to win with a clear majority. And it's going to be one touch.
Nanabi and you may
oh,
say, yeah, baby.
And I say, me bra penny, Obia, me penna sempa. Bra penny, Nathan Kushibuache, Sereno is somebody, me, Sereno, ma, and this is we, and Adano, and ma, and Munyam Sunkwa, when ya, over a long period. Service and your commissary.
Why they go watch I
Sam Ranchia or New Dunkomo, Kituomo, or the Omobeye Party Security Task Force on Gideon and with our way. Rather so.
And the natural vigilanteism, you can't want some one casa party see me no when your margin sembejai. Sami James
we don't have but
and come me question na say. Sami James accuse him say Matu to a man Crawford and a Brigadier General Michael Poku a recruiting Crawford. Say I was my yati as say na woman so a totu a good private ambulances in Eddie Tuoni a dear man Crawford and a Afenu Kofi watches so a recruiting and Crawford.
Captain Mantua wasn't one recruiting for.
Me say, and Sami James be allegation. Say, Brigadier General Mike Opoku, GOC, ono, o recruiting Crawford, o use military facility na a training womo, and na oma akode. Na ye interrogate if you no cancer asem and no one ye dinya wa wie enwumre ya ye bon koma wo so ama yate ase se na Kofi Buachi so training Crawford and na fe so won akroya so de etuo so gu ambulance
that be na sa ayi bra Kofi Buachi de ono de so man na known. He's part of them. He is handling a more security committee or something, and he's been talking and ono de they say clear, but then a serving military officer, a senior person, now it's a winning a dance bia. I mean, it is known. I mean, he's with Yura Mahama. Indeed, he is handling that. But what we are trying to say is that recruitment are all year, and then the intention is for them to cause any fear and panic. Mr. He is somebody a lot of people have great respect for. Maybe more elections 20 for so many years. The love and respect some of us, all man, war, very, very good and personal relationship. And this phone call saying, I know it is known. But Niau Nimo be a now because will be doing. But the other was it is known. There are platforms in our Ivan Mohammed. It is known. And it is known that he is.
But sir, obetime gina na china e bia no mbie na no cancer why recruitment and
it is known within the party structures. That is it. Say permanent na or my tax force human.
You what picking intel?
Oh.
Okay. So
ana medical there we here. Obi ntimi nyehwe. Ye beto abandin Ghana. Ye do e bejutin. Ebe wi ebe bobo aba no fine Yeah, NDC for better once. The baby, you be calling him on the minority. You about me a president. Ghana will not ban. Yeah, baby, on better once cry. Problem be easy. Bianca will be a better number.
Nana minim sa
What
yo minim sa what die buffer stock Borchester minim sa what die
no crepa be Borchester
sa 22,000 bucks a movie as me mete e wo na ye buffer stock pe minim sa mo so
yen tro na de bia every what is every aka say ye Johnny be man kra say what to say the new man kra say that the Minister of Education about we no yesterday was on front page I mean, that kind of this sensational politics, yeah, there now, who ye, assembly, no. And throw Kessiapa, be beyond 1 meter, not even a single child, and will be day on also Medianibia, not even a single child, and you know, that.
Now, Pacho, mobile investigate because Food and Drugs Authorities say we instructed company no say because of one or two things we say for year unlawful repackaging of some of their products. A year company now imported a particular brand of rice now a buy would that start something? Would that actually intuit?
No, quite not. I'm expecting say no nipa no this had in the buy and go some report here some grammar police. What this is a serious matter. But that is what I'm saying. It is not true. One more DBB say be at the market. It is never true. Election true. The only way, one of the ways to attack the integrity, how broad-based our free SHS, you have 5.7 million. The only way, and they say, "Benesa, young can someone and Munyam and someone be good in and one." That is just it was just an agenda.
All right.
But me so shut up and I was happy. Then I campaign. I was happy how the Minister of Education I responded to it. And on the front page now, because he did excellently well. And I'm making every day for them from the Busomo.
All right.
Behind one man, there's absolutely nothing. Behind was FDA. IBB so there be a who wear the command crano. I don't credit.
Mamenda Asanabi.
Captain Yamin Council.
On council, me point Bekasa.
Okay.
But I say Nanabi a national organizer, Emma the new patriotic party. Ivan, back to you.
Captain, now I'm just asking but I think that
I
think that Ghana your problem. Around your casa, I don't know how old he is. But I know say relatively he's young. We have a Ghana Namia.
But when Nanabi?
Oh, Minshan in person that. Me who know I was say Casa radio, so but I've never met him in person. And Sautie and Sama or Kana. You might wish say oh yeah, be part of the old politicians. I said we might contribute to where we are today. But as a young man, no, you free say certain new narrative bet me pay up. Now politics na yeah serious politics. Now young kokanda old cheap way of doing politics. It's unfortunate because some na one in the radio so are all kind a sheer contradiction or contradicting who throughout. So you ask yourself, so where are we going as a country? One, also some media press conference. Legit your friend saying a brigadier. I'm sure say brigadier no one. Nti say ofri say sami dem fia kan say mafa no na enko ya. He has every right to respond to the issue. Again, sami dem fia allege akekan sem. And somehow also you ended up saying allegations upon allegations upon allegations. So sa wo kasa man fon to sami dem fia ntungu na dia wo kanu mom say Kofi Boache a recruit to tax. That is the word he used. A trainee for Kumase to cause violence. I know the day you are protecting somebody's integrity because of what you mean there. Now, Kofi Boache one friend you on the integrity no to get the man's no Kofi. Only the integrity to protect. I think when you are speaking, we need to be very smart. We need to speak as an intelligent people because you see there are a number of people out there listening to us. Oh no, me boom fu yet. But you see, I'm so disappointed, sir. politics na the young people in it, you know. I'm hoping that we need to have an honest conversation. We need to have honest conversation because you see, in some now all seeking to prove a point that Sabi he's speaking to fools like gullible individuals they are not discerning, but we are very discerning. For instance, Abronya sama walking, Abronya tena radio, so the video has been trending. Minimum be as but there is a video of your first Abronya. Or say your bo NPP niwo wenchia. Your bo NDC for 10. Just the video is so nasty, and I was even expecting like a police for react. So it's not as if say onyan cancer asem. But the most important part has to do with this buffer stock issue. Also, are a board member of buffer stock, Captain. Ada Abrantie Timinya Kukudro catcher say, oh, nothing. She see a cheap politics. But there has been real correspondences, document upon documents. That won't be mahubi. Yeah, writing to the buffer. You're saying FDA. The company was seeking some moon changing dates in my Emma FDA catch up say yen timi change date because yen manufacturer because me no me catch yourself from my background ye ka say ade I expire officially it doesn't mean say asay kura won't mean so but what it means is say the manufacturer can no longer guarantee the safety of that product and do ko yusu a obi bo na nyom wara wo jagireje. That is what it means. So FDA catch up say ade no mo no enye ne ye and you go back to the company. I think the company no catch up say mutimi meet certain conditions and then you can preserve it for you can have it for 3 years. As to whether they went through that procedures or not, NSA FDA extended period, for several months up to April 2024. These are the factual realities, and in the end, some people are arrested in Kumasi and a call any year. I know the day the food ended up with buffer stock. Is it not true? Say food no unwholesome. Is it not true? Say you distributed to a man for. Is it not true? Say food now you can say you package. These are real issues that you should explain as a buffer stock, whatever.
Or a butcher.
You say we need to get serious. That is what I'm saying, sir. We need to review this policy of rewarding people with appointment and as for you see, and yes, because of cheap politics in Intino, we will end up enlisting a lot of easy minds. You can't easy mind as what as here. We will end up enlisting a lot of easy minds into critical positions where you expect them to bring intelligence to bear.
In fact, I want to go for a commercial break.
Captain, I am serious. Because you see, issue no ba it is not about say NDC and say MPP. There are critical issues, sir. Because just imagine, say akraketwa consuming aduana to say the danger you are exposed to, and these are the factual realities, sir. And some this company in question, me catch you say even 2021 Auditor General report. So distribute unwholesome food. So this is a company that has a culture of distributing unwholesome food. Now, as we have to him as a serious government official, respond here, it's just politics now. Obi na propaganda na you go into elections. Food now, you know, obi the politics for what? We need to speak to the real issues, and I think, sir, and then now Genesis 1990 this is no 1990. Yes, this is 2024. The young people are very critical, they are very discerning, and the world can't say now. Just try to speak. And some no say they sit here, sabi nipa better was here. Men yen sa politics kasa because any nipa no mutio no, and your full soldiers in it. There are critical minds who are listening, and whatever that you say, no, I'm best subjected to critical scrutiny. Not young who say politics na yes serious politics. And yet there be an NDC and MPP politics. Now issues near brushing us because I say we are okay and for NDC home and for MPP home. You need to address the issue because there are parents home who are worried. There are parents who are home who are worried. The documents suggest say indeed such food has been distributed. There has been a number of correspondences exchanging with the FDA, the company in question, and the parent manufacturer. Seeking to suggest say a change date. How do you change date? Abras Adina spy. No, now food now ended up in schools now. Even if a mere allegation, you see, I cause panic among the general public. So as a government official, you speak wisdom to them to allay their fears. You don't just brush it aside and say, "Oh, my NDC for no politics." It's every Ghanaian NDC. I think we need to get serious.
Mamenda me home says here, me ba Ivan, baby na afei no yet me atwaso.